So you have to wonder, is it possible you could take the trends from the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys and predict some waitlist alerts? You can, but it also helps if you drink some wizard juice, baby, and perhaps get a phone call from the Hot Toys wizard. Let's dive into it right now. All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. So before we dive into this episode, I will tell you that the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, yeah, that's me, and I serve up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk. I'm going to be live and raw again this coming Saturday, baby. That's right, book it on your calendars, 6 p.m. Eastern, with a full panel which consists of all of you. I had so much fun this past Monday and this past Saturday with 2 live and raws. I have to do another one, baby. Again, this coming Saturday, book it. It's going to be awesome. I will also be live this coming Friday on Dante, the Man of Hot Collectibles live show, this coming Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so don't forget to tune into that as well. But man, oh man, it's such an awesome time right now to be a Star Wars fan and collect Hot Toys. And let me tell you something, brother. You haven't seen anything yet before the end of the fourth quarter of this year. There's going to be, well, let me put it this way. Is it possible that there's going to be some announcements out of left field? Some announcements we're expecting for Star Wars Hot Toys before December 31st? And I say yes. Come on. Listen, we're going to get into some waitlist alerts, and we're going to put some analysis and data behind it. Let's just get into this episode. First, let's go to 6scalecantina.com. If you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so for all the latest news when it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys. Most importantly, the news of what's going on at the 6 Scale Cantina channel. If there's going to be an impromptu, a flash live stream, whether it's the Market Show Live or Live and Raw, you want to come right here. Because right on the homepage, you'll see right here, I'll always put it right up over here, what the latest video is or what the latest forthcoming video is. You could see from this past Monday, November 15th, Tauntauns drink coffee. And you have to wonder, is it possible that this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I am going to fulfill those pre-orders for Tauntaun milk, Tauntaun milkshakes, Tauntaun juice? Are you kidding me? So many people put in their pre-orders. It's going to come in early, baby. What you gonna do when these Tauntauns run wild on you? Yeah. And look, everything, the latest news, the breaking news on anything Star Wars Hot Toys, which currently is Clone Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn. Remember, these came out of left field. Have your, be ready in left field. Be ready. Be ready. Because more stuff is coming. But take a look at the biggest movers section. And I talked about it briefly on Live and Raw this past Monday. And there's some new updates here as well. And the first one I actually want to go to, as you can see here, I want to go to the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. Because this, my friends, is absolutely on fire. First, bringing this listing up from the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. Back from November 10th, $395 sold from a very reputable seller, Hawk Wars Toys. with close to 1,200 all positive feedback now, and not including the $23.11 in shipping, and not including taxes. Let's bring up more for the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. And pulling this up onto the screen. And you could see back from November 15th, $400 from another very reputable seller with close to 1,100 feedback and all 100% positive, not including the $13.79 in shipping and not including taxes. Are you kidding me? This figure right now is on fire. And just as I predicted several months ago, when this figure dipped out of the $400 tier range from the initial craziness of it going on waitlist, I suggested that this particular piece was going to once again breach the $400 tier range. And really, let's go ahead and go to the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com. Of course, the main reason you should bookmark 6scalecantina.com, because the market value chart has all the trends for every single Star Wars hot toy that's been released and out of stock, whether it's trending up or trending down or steady, and also what the secondary market price average is. So right here, and I'm going to go type in, you could either click it out highest to lowest by clicking the arrow in the current value column a couple times, or just type in the name of the figure. Here I'm just going to type in heavy. I'll probably get the Mando, and I'll get the heavy infantry, the Praetorian heavy guards. There you go. And the first order heavy gunner. So there you go. So pulling this up onto the screen, you could see here, wow, look into the middle. TMS 010, $393 now, and rising. And you have to wonder, is it possible that this heavy infantry Mandalorian will soon breach the $400 tier range? And I say, yes. Look, baby, it's $7 away. It is just $7 away from breaching that range. And I will tell you something. This is an outstanding, and I mean outstanding, specimen. The reviews don't even do it justice. When you get this in hand, you're going to be like, wow. This figure is just great. And I think that this figure will certainly, with $7 away from the $400 tier range, certainly breach that range. But is it possible that this figure could actually go into the mid 400s or even breach the $500 tier range? And I think we're going to have to keep an eye on it. But I actually think it might. Because even when they come out with another heavy infantry Mandalorian, which I really believe that they will. I really believe that they're going to come out with another one of these. But I believe it's going to have some differences. Again, I've mentioned it before, that I really feel that Hot Toys will be very savvy in this regard. All you have to do, if this character is in Season 3 of The Mandalorian or shows up in another series, is just change the paint apps a little bit. Maybe it has more wear and tear from battle, from age, different accessories, different things. Perhaps if the story goes a very interesting way, you could even somehow have a head sculpt with this. Either way, I really don't believe it will be the same version. And you have to wonder, what does that, if a new version comes out, what does that do to this particular figure? And personally, because this is a Mandalorian, I believe at the end of the day, it's going to make this figure even more desirable because it will be the OG. It will be the original heavy infantry Mandalorian. And I think it's going to be certainly between a $400 and $500 tier range figure. And it is possible it could breach the $500 tier range. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. But I don't see a straight reissue of this. Because I wouldn't buy a straight reissue. I already have this. You're seeing it on the screen. So for me, there would really be no reason for me to buy that again. But if they come out with a different version of it, even if it's a little bit different in the paint apps, then not only are you going to get people and collectors that have missed out on the first one, that don't want to spend necessarily the high secondary market prices for the OG ones, but you're going to get me to buy that one, so you're going to sell a lot more of them. That's what I think is going to happen here. But this is a incredible specimen, and yeah, it's a great figure. It's a great figure right now. For sure. Let's go back to the biggest mover section at 6scalecantina.com and talk about a few of these others before we get into the crazy waitlist alerts, which I'm going to go ahead and share with you here some new waitlist alerts. But, taking a look at Luke, and I spoke about this on Live and Raw on Monday. And the very interesting thing is you have, for the temporary time being, why am I saying temporary? Because I really feel with all the data research that I do that this Luke Jedi Master version, even though right now it's selling in the low and mid $300 tier range, and more often than not low right now, it's not going to stay that way. And you have the Luke Endor Deluxe that is trending high again. And remember, I warned about this one. I warned about this one so many times that it was going to inch back into the $500 tier range. And I believe it breached it. So let's actually go to the market value chart again. And let's type in Luke and see exactly where these Lukes are. And again, just go to the search box. I'm just going to put in Luke. To get all the Lukes, they'll come up. And let's see if I can find this Luke Endor Deluxe. And here it is, Luke Return of the Jedi Deluxe. And it has breached the $500 tier range at $512 and rising. Let me highlight it. It's the first one, the first row that you see. $512 and rising. And this figure is a really awesome piece. It comes with two head sculpts, and I'm going to put it up on the screen with my A New Hope Luke. And it'll flash to it in a minute, but it is really nice. You can see it right there. And I think right now, collectors are looking and are choosing to get this Luke Endor Deluxe. But really at the end of the day, and I've mentioned this before, even before the start, the first episode of The Mandalorian Season 2, collectors were choosing this Luke Skywalker over the other ones, over the Luke Jedi Master. It's a good figure. It's a really good figure, but also back at that time, people were choosing the Luke Jedi Master over the Luke Endor Non-Deluxe. Part of the reason why I believe the Luke Jedi Master version is going to go back up. So, at the end of the day, if you're looking for a Luke Jedi Master, right now, that Luke, let's see if I can find that. Went back to the Luke Return of the Jedi. I'm just going to highlight it. It's near the middle. Here it is trending down at $359 and trending down. This may be the time you want to consider getting a Luke Return of the Jedi. Because remember, that Luke that's up for pre-order for The Mandalorian Season 2 is not a Return of the Jedi Luke. As a matter of fact, it's 5 years later. It's a more mature Luke. It's a more powerful Luke. It's a more seasoned Luke. It's a different looking, it's an aged Luke. Slightly aged. So, this Luke Return of the Jedi, MMS 429, I guarantee you this is going to go back up over the $400 tier range eventually. Will it actually be higher than the Luke Return of the Jedi Deluxe? No, I don't. I believe that one for Return of the Jedi right now is the cream of the crop one. But it does not come. It does not come with the brown cloak, but you can get one. You can get a brown cloak actually pretty easily if that's what you need with that figure. But very, very interesting indeed. And also, when you sort this out, best selling wise, and I'm actually going to go to the current value column and do that. And actually, I'm going to actually refresh the page. Let's go back to the home page and show you something real quick here in the biggest mover section. So let's take a look at Grand Moff Tarkin real quick before we get into the waitlist alerts. And now let's go back to the market value chart. And what I'm going to do here, I mean, I could type in Tarkin, but I'm just going to hit that current value column arrow in that column a couple times, get the highest rank to the lowest. And Tarkin's going to be, there he is, MMS 433, just $15 away from the $600 tier range. And this is another figure, and I've shown you quite a bit and data on this Tarkin. And I could even pull this up on the screen. And this figure, best offer accepted, just back last week in November, and $689. And even if you want to take $40 off on that, say it went for $650, or take more than that off, say it went for $625, or take $90 off, and say it went for $600. With a seller with 636 feedback, all 100% positive. Are you kidding me? This figure is absolutely off the charts right now. And before we get to the new waitlist alerts, bringing this back up on the screen, and I talked about this on one of the Live and Raws this past weekend. Is it possible that we actually get a Grand Moff Tarkin from Rogue One? And I say, yes. Come on. They've already come out with 2 Rogue One figures very, very recently. So obviously, Hot Toys is not spooked out about putting figures out in that line like they won't sell. And this figure, this character was certainly in Rogue One way more longer than Maul was in the Solo movie, with that little tiny cameo, that little appearance at the end of the Solo movie. And this figure's actually $15 away from the $600 tier range. So, as I drink my wizard juice, and use it to fuel my Dark Jedi powers, I don't even need a phone call from the Hot Toys Wizard, because if you remember back from this past Saturday, we already did get a phone call from the Hot Toys Wizard. And for those of you that don't remember, is it possible the Hot Toys Wizard said, we're going to get a Grand Moff Tarkin from Rogue One? And I say, yes. Come on. It'll be slightly different somehow. I don't exactly know how. A little bit paint, a little bit with the hair. Basically the same. Basically just about the same thing. No chair. It's coming though. It's coming though, baby. It's really, really high priced. For sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's go to one of my favorite pages to go to, which is Sideshow collectibles website, sideshow.com. Are you kidding me? And let's actually go there as we go to sideshow.com. And I'm going to go to everything, just Star Wars Hot Toys, and sort it out best selling wise. and pulling that up onto the screen. And it's going to be very, very interesting when it loads. Because, again, look at the top 5 figures. Look at the top row. And look at the top 5 figures. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Man. It's Attack of the Clones. It's Attack of the Clones. And I want to get into giving you my updated waitlist alerts. And one of my favorite ones to bring up is this Captain Rex that you see here on the screen. And this figure is absolutely sensational. Pulling that up, I have the Captain Rex already. And these Tamora Morrison head sculpt, this head sculpt and these versions that they're repainting and Hot Toys are doing, they're absolutely unbelievable. They look fantastic. And this figure is fantastic. And I'm telling you right now, not every collector, I didn't, but I know a lot of them are buying multiple, if not several of these, of Captain Rex. And really, one of the things, there's a lot of data to consider when trying to project when this particular figure is going to hit waitlist. One of the things that you have to consider is this. And I've been showing you show after show, data after data after data after data. This Commander Cody is on fire right now within the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. And is it possible that this Commander Cody figure is going to very, very quickly breach the $500 tier range? And I say yes. And what I mean by quickly, you're going to see this real soon over the next several months, probably at the halfway point of next year, or as we get to the close of next year. That's where this figure is going to be. But if that's the case, you have to wonder, where will this figure be at the midpoint next year, or going towards the end of 2022? Where will Captain Rex lie when it's long been on waitlist? And it's very, very interesting right now when you take a look at where Captain Rex is, because Captain Rex was #1 for a while until Clone Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn came onto the screen. Came onto the screen and came onto the scene, baby. And remember, before that, you had the 501sts, which were #1 for a while as well. So there is steps to this. First, the 501sts. Then a new first, Captain Rex. Then the new firsts, Clone Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn, kind of putting them up there together. And as more and more Clone Troopers get announced for Star Wars Hot Toys, that's another factor besides Commander Cody. You are not let me put it to you this way. Let me do it this way. Many Star Wars Hot Toys collectors that really, really want Clone Wars figures are not going to be collecting figures like Clone Trooper Jesse, figures like Captain Vaughn, upcoming figures, any of the clones, and really be satisfied not having Captain Rex within their collection. They're going to want this figure. And with that being said, that's another factor you have to take into consideration. Another factor you have to take into consideration is you don't even have Ahsoka out yet. And once Ahsoka goes out, you might as well take this Captain Rex, call it a car, baby, And you're going to get it. It's going to become supercharged or turbocharged. And it is going to increase the sales even more for that figure. More things that you have to consider is this is not the Mandalorian. This is not a character yet that's been mentioned in the Mandalorian. This is not everything else Star Wars in Hong Kong and that area of the world is not the figure that you're going to super mass produce. They didn't do it with Cody, and they're not going to do it with this. Yes, they made more, but they didn't make best card numbers with this around the world. Understand that. Around everywhere with this figure. This is not going to be hanging out in here with free shipping like this Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe. I'll pull it up on the screen. And you can see right here, limited time offer, just like the Hobo Lukes, remember? Free US shipping. That's not what Hot Toys wants or is going to need to do when it comes to Captain Rex. I'm going to give you the regular, non-hype answer to this question about Captain Rex. It's going to be in stock for as long as Commander Cody was in stock, which was a few months. 2.5 to 3 months, and then kiss it goodbye. It's going to be gone. And just because it stays in there, whether it's 2 months, whether it's 3 months, whether it's 4 months, you see what happened to Commander Cody once it did go on waitlist. And Commander Cody is somewhere at $430 something, $436, and trending up on the market value chart on 6scalecantina.com. So at the end of the day, as you're digesting this, this is not the Mandalorian. There's not a television show called, a live action show called Captain Rex. This figure is going to be gone by the end of February at the most. It's going to be gone. It will no longer be available. If you think that this figure is going to be in here in March, going to be in here in April, going to be here in May for the May 4th weekend with a discount code, going to be in here in Spooktacular last year. I got a lot of that with the so many figures. No, 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 and no. It's going to be gone. It's going to be completely gone. You're not going to be able to get it. It's going to be sold out. And that's what you're looking at with this particular figure. And also the fact that it is just selling so high. Hot Toys, remember, they're not in the business anymore of creating dead stock. They're not going to be caught with their pants down. Listen very carefully. I don't care what you hear out there. Business is business. They're just not going to be caught with their pants down on this. They're not going to be caught by surprise. All the things you hear from everything that you watch out there, they're not dummies. They know it too. They know in the past they had some dead stock. They know what they're dealing with some of the Marvel figures that they had that Sideshow had. If you think Sideshow is just standing by going, oh, yeah, okay. No, obviously they're not. Because look at all the changes that Sideshow is doing. And they're looking to improve their bottom line. So rest assured, don't be fooled. Again, rest assured, they're looking at dead stock. Okay? They don't want it. They don't need their warehouses filled with dead stock. Not with dead stock, not for free shipping. They're not going to make those mistakes anymore coming out of COVID. You can't afford to. Special off-world Jawa egg juice. And Spotchka, Deluxe Spotchka, baby. Deluxe. Like that Boba Fett Deluxe 2-pack. They're not going to be riding dead stock. They're just as smart as many of us and all of us out there. They're not going to be making this mistake when they're making moves to try and make money. It's a different world out there. Again, and I've been telling you this as well, that they're going to be coming out with more figures, and with some of them, and many of them actually, lower productions. When you're going to come out with some of your big characters, then you're going to get high numbers. Rex is gone at the end of February. I think he's gone way sooner than that, but I'm going to go very, very conservative here to give you an idea. He's a figure that will be gone by the time you get to March of 2022. Does this sound familiar? Because I told you this whole story back from this whole month of February and March of last year. I'm giving you the whole story again for this year, and it's going to be the same story again. So you will see Rex and these 501sts gone, both versions, by the end of February. I have alerts on both of these. Give it red, give it yellow, give it purple, give it any alert you want. These will not be here for sure by the end of February of next year. Neither will this Death Watch Mandalorian. Again, they're concentrating on dead stock. They're concentrating on it. They don't want it. They don't want to give up free shipping like you see the figures next to it. They just don't. And I'm telling you right now, that Death Watch Mandalorian, it's going to go very, very quickly. Like this one went very, very quickly. Like any of the Mandalorians that they put out, whether it has a head sculpt or not, are going to not last for very, very long. That one will also be gone by the end of February for sure. What about the Beskar and the child? I don't know. I actually don't know. We'll see how the free shipping does on the deluxe version of the Beskar Mandalorians. I don't know. I actually can see these being in stock for a while. For a while, we'll have to keep an eye on it. It wouldn't shock me if they went out in a week or two. But I actually think that they're going to be on for a long time and probably past February of next year. That's what I think. I think that they're going to want to get rid of these as quick as possible. If these are not gone a few months before several months before the chrome-plated Mandalorian comes out, you're probably going to see some discount codes coming on those. Shore Trooper Squad Leader will be gone by the end of February. Coruscant Guard will be gone at the end of February. But Ares, no, the dead stock. Listen, there's nothing more special about the Coruscant Guard and this Shore Trooper Squad Leader than there was about the Death Trooper from The Mandalorian, the Remnant Trooper from The Mandalorian, the Incinerator Trooper from The Mandalorian. Those were gone. They were gone in 2-3 months. These are going to be gone in the same amount of time. There's nothing different here. They didn't increase production to have more dead stock, to give away more free shipping in a time of COVID when they know that people don't have money. Did you hear what I just said? This is Logic 101. Okay? They're going to be gone. Again, so all those figures gone. Ahsoka will be gone. She's going to come out and she's going to be gone. By the time March rolls along, gone. Lando will be gone. IG-11 will be gone. Kylo Ren will be gone. This Tusken Raider will be gone. They didn't make very many of those. This armor will be gone. Maul will be gone. Well, how do you know? Well, this was kind of where the Solo Maul was. And there were some times where the Solo Maul was actually a little higher than this. At some points as well. They're going to make about the same amount of this Maul. It's going to go around the same amount of time. It's going to be gone in a couple months. Again, it's going to come out here any day, and It's going to be gone by the time March rolls along. It's going to be gone. The 2-pack. The 2-pack of glory. The 2-pack of love. The 2-pack of awesomeness. The 2-pack that's going to be in bargain bins for $3.99. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. They're not making many of these, guys. That Boba Fett, they're going to make as many of those as they usually do Boba Fett. So, expect it in stock about as long as the vintage color Boba Fett, maybe the reissue of the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. Actually, a little bit less because some people already had that, and right now, this particular version, as good as the ESB Boba Fetts are, because that's awesome, this is just the awesomeness that's on everybody's mind right now. These are not going to last. These are not going to last. And they weren't number one. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself with this baby. Putting this up on the screen. They were not number one. Anywhere near as long. Not even like 95% less, 97% less as long than the best car Mandalorians. You have to remember when you look at this stuff. The best car Mandalorian, the deluxe and non-deluxe, those figures, those babies, were in the top 3 for months and months and months. They just were. There were so many pre-orders on that. And this did get a lot of hype in the beginning, like those did. But it was number 1 for like 4 weeks. That's not months and months. Then it came down. And you see where it's been down. And let's go ahead and order that many of the 2-pack Boba Fett so we can give away free shipping on a $500 set. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That doesn't mean you can't get it. You're going to be able to get it. Go ahead and pre-order it. Or pre-order it from your comic shop. Don't put down an NRD. Or when the final production photos come out, do what I normally do. Go ahead and get it. Did I do it with this one? No, I actually think that I just wanted to secure this one. But you'll be fine. You'll be fine to wait till then. There's just not going to be a whole lot of them around. It just makes no sense that there would be. It doesn't. And they're going to want to move the Boba Fett with the throne. And they know that. Depending on when this comes out. But it would not surprise me at all with this 2-pack version. It's supposed to be shipping in January and February. Let's see what happens. If it gets released here and is available at Sideshow, like within the next couple of weeks, this will not be here in March. If it gets released after Christmas, gets released sometime in January, gets released in February, well, probably. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but at the end of the day, this is not going to be around long. What about Boba Fett by itself? I think that'll be around longer. Let's continue to go down. And really, with any of the Fets, you want to use data now, okay? And if you want to not believe this logic because you just, like, for whatever reason, just look at any of the Boba Fetts that have ever been out for Star Wars Hot Toys and use that logic. And they're going to be gone in 3 or 4 months. There's your logic. And if you think that they're going to be making more of these are nowhere near as high. You got Clone Wars Maul and the Tusken Raider higher. Usually Boba Fett's are higher. They're just not high. I'm just being honest with you. It's just not high. It's just not. And they're probably gonna make less of these than they do the other Boba Fetts. So you got to look at it in a lot of different ways, baby. These Lukes, look at Luke. Look how high that is. They're gonna make a lot more of those Lukes. Tell you right now. All right, let's go to another favorite. Ahsoka. Well, I already said the Ahsoka. It's going to be gone. IG-11 gone. We got to there. Boba Fett and the Throne won't be out yet. Let's continue to go. Let's go to the. Let me actually expand this because I just have a limit of 24. Let me go a limit of 72. We should be able to get a lot more that pop up. Let's see here. Okay. Yep. This Shore Trooper gone. Jango Fett, depending when it comes out. Depending when it comes out. And I really think that this was going to come out. This is going to possibly come out early, but it might not. It could actually come out in January or February. There could be very specific reasons for that. Same thing with this Anakin. I'm going to go over that in a minute. It can be early, it could be late. So we're going to take a look at Anakin, and we're going to take a look at this Jango in the last segment, which is coming up. Stormtrooper Commander, we'll have to see when that comes out. If it comes out tomorrow, it'll be gone in March for sure. Just look what happened to the Remnant Trooper. That one will be gone. Just logic. Yeah. I expect the Scout Trooper and the Speeder Bike to be gone as well by March for sure. Is there any else over here? We'll see when the Artillery Trooper comes out. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see when the Anakin comes out. Is there any other ones over here? Ray's already on waitlist. Jet Troopers, no. I'm kind of wondering how long they'll stay in there. That's interesting. Maybe those will be at a bargain bin at Spectacular next year. I can see that with the Jet Troopers. So that's what you're looking at here. So let's have a little bit of fun. Let's take these off. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the Dark Jedi, Ares Tarrington, who serves up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, let's just say that I'm right. Which I've been right in my last prediction earlier this year in predicting how this is going to look different. Let's see if I can do it again for 2022. So if you're going to take out the ones that I say, you'll take out Rex 1, 501st 1, 2, 3, take out the Death Watch 4, take out the Short Trooper 5, Coruscant Guard 6, Ahsoka 7, Lando 8, IG 11 9, Kylo Ren 10, Sand People 11, the Armor 12, Clone Wars Maul 13, 2-Pack 14, Short Trooper 15. We'll just leave Jango on. Who knows? Stormtrooper Commander 16. Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike 17. Let's keep going down here. We'll take the Scout Trooper out too. That'll be gone. 18 from the Mandalorian. Keep going down. Yeah. Okay, we'll take 18 out. Let's take 18 out. You take 18 out. Let's see how many we have up for pre-order or in stock right now. You have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Take the child out of there because that's a quarter scale. So 27. 27. 4. 31. Another 4 down over here. 35. 35. Another 4. 39. 39. Another 4. 43. I'm not going to include these quarter scales, so Grand Moff Tarkin will go with 44. This swoop bike will go with 45. And then these 3 down here, because Ray's on a wait list, so we'll go 46, 47. Quill will be 48. Transport Trooper 49. Jet Trooper 50. We'll skip the quarter scale there. Other Jet Trooper 51. These 2 blurgs, 52, 53. So in doing that, you can go ahead and do your math. And when you do that and you subtract 18 from 53, 35. You'll have just 35 out there. 35. 35 Star Wars Hot Toys figure on pre-order or in stock. And remember, we just got Jesse and we just got, what's his face, Vaughn. So that would have been like 33. Are you kidding me? Are we not going to get announcements? Is it possible that we get no announcements for the rest of this year? And I say, no way. You're going to get bombarded with announcements. If you think there's been conversation on how we got bombarded with figures that have been released, although we haven't had any, it seems like, for a little bit now, right? Kind of a little bit of a break for a few weeks. Haven't had any. They're coming too. You're going to get Ahsoka and Maul anyway, a couple of those troopers. It's really not that many. I'm only getting one of those anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. One I've been waiting for. Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Let's tie in some things together for the last part of this segment to put some pieces together for you. I don't even have to tell you about Lando and the OT figures on why that one's going to go quicker than maybe even Kylo Ren. Armor is going to go quick. Death Watch is going to go quick. Here's one that's interesting. If they're trying to wait for a, we talk a lot about Mace Windu. And, they could throw something out of left field at you. They don't just have to announce Mace Windu. But is it possible that just like with the armor, that Mace can be put out as some type of exclusive? Or even just a sideshow exclusive, and it's available like within a month or two or something like that, like the armor was? Don't think it can't happen. Don't think it's impossible to happen. Because it could happen. And if they do something like that simultaneously, which would be very, very interesting, when they go ahead and issue this Jango Fett, whether it's this month in November, or next month in December, or in January, or they decide to wait till February or March, because they want to go ahead and finish that Mace, look, there's nothing here that this figure goes with except good old Count Dooku, which is an awesome figure. I got it. But I'm not going to display this with Dooku. I really don't need, I'll be honest with you, I don't need this. This is Jango Fett. I could just display him with my Mandalorians. I love this figure. But there's really nothing to display this with. There just isn't. Oh, I can't wait for this. I'm going to spill my coffee over there. There's Dooku. There's Dooku again. Dooku. You're getting a Mace Windu. You're absolutely going to go ahead and get a Mace Windu. It just makes complete sense. It's going to help the sale of this particular figure. And sure, do I think more likely that they'll go ahead and announce this and you got to wait a year or 2 years for it? Yeah, I think that's more likely. But is it possible that it could come out as a sideshow exclusive or just a quick release? Sure, it's possible. Well, they've never done that before. Yeah. They've never done unboxings and gotten figures in as quick as the overseas sellers have either, right? Things are new. You got to expand your mind and not have the same dogmatic view that Hot Toys is going to continue to do what they've always done. You must embrace a wider view, Anakin. Yeah, it's very, very possible. You're going to see the purple lightsaber, though. It's absolutely coming. Absolutely. Star Wars is in a different place. That's the only reason, when it was in a bad place, this figure and Kit Fisto and Padme and the Airborne Trooper and the 212 Trooper and the Baze Malbus and C-3PO and the other C-3PO version and all these other figures didn't come out is because it's not in a good place. I mean, you didn't even get Hasbro with the Black Series putting any of these figures out there in the dark times, during the times of the sequel controversy. Yeah. That's what you're going to. That's what you're going to see there. And here's the interesting thing about this 2-pack. Going back to it, let's see if I can pull it up on the screen quickly. If not, I'll just go to it again. Let's actually just go back to the bestseller list and pull that up on the screen real quick here. We're going into the last thing here before I wrap it up, and this will make you spill your coffee for sure when I kind of explain this to you. The same thing what I was telling you here before I go into the big reveal is they can do the same thing with this Anakin, with the Clone Wars Kenobi. So when you're thinking about General Kenobi, don't think for a minute that that couldn't be a release that can be coming out real quick, fast, in a short amount of time, like the armor, and be available right at the same time that they go ahead and unveil this Anakin Skywalker right here, which you see on your screen. This Anakin with the staff, or this Anakin, I can absolutely see them coming out with the Clone Wars Kenobi. Sure, they can put it up on pre-order for a year and you wait for it. There's going to be other Clone Wars figures, like you got Vaughn and Jesse and so many others that are coming out. They can do it that way, but is it possible that they can do this? And I say, yes, they absolutely can. So keep that in your back pocket too. But here's the real interesting one. Something that I've heard no one else talk about, but I'm going to lay it on you right here, baby. Do you know what figure that's not announced yet that also goes with this 2-pack? Do you have any idea? And that figure is Fennec. That Fennec is going to go with this, baby. That Fennec can go with this as well, not just the throne. It absolutely can. So you have to wonder. It's not only going to increase the sale of Boba Fett on the throne for the book of Boba Fett, but is it possible that just Fennec coming out is going to boost the sale of this 2-pack? You know, she was there when he changed his uniform there. And I say, yes, there's going to be people that are going to go ahead and either display it like this to them together, or you can have Boba Fett by himself and you can have Fennec with him with the robes, or any way that you want to do it, baby. Don't think it's not one is not going to affect the other, and don't think that Hot Toys has not considered that. And that's very, very interesting to me. That Fennec Shan is going to be coming real quick, fast, and in a hurry. And for obviously more reasons than perhaps you thought. With that, please go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. And please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I so very much appreciate your support. And if you like what you heard here today, and you would like some expanded analysis, some heightened thoughts, or you would like some crazy unboxings, or you would like some conversations with the Hot Toys Wizard, or perhaps a show hosted by the Hot Toys Wizard, or want to know what goes into the chart, or get just some really in-depth crazy shows, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina Insider. Now, I will tell you right now, it's real easy. All you got to do is click on that little join button when you go to my channel generically on YouTube. Click on that little join button. It'll tell you everything that it comes with. If you think it can benefit you, you may want to consider doing it. You could also get a preview of it by going to sixscalecantina.com. And you can scroll down, and in this teal box right here, you'll see it says Cantina Insider, join today. And you can see I got Rex unboxing, what goes inside the chart. There's the Matrix, baby. Are you all ready for the Matrix movie? And I can't wait for that. Cannot wait. The Wizard in person, right? You do get a show as an insider with the Hot Toys Wizard actually hosting it. I'm not around, baby. NWO with Grogu, Future Grail, so many videos on this. This is a very small taste of what you can get. If you're interested in this, just click on this here. Go to sixscalecantina.com and you click on it, and then it'll take you to the join button. You may want to consider doing it. Remember, the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington will be live and raw this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna fulfill all those Tauntaun beverage pre-orders, baby. So you want to be there, be square. I'll also tell you I'm going to be live I'm going to be live in Raw Thanksgiving weekend on Saturday. I will be live in Raw the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And guess what? I got a treat for you. That following Monday after Thanksgiving, the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, who serves up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, I'm going to be live again on Monday at 5 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. Book it now, baby. We got a lot of live and Raws coming up because there's a possible the Hot Toys Wizard is going to be giving me some phone calls. Maybe you'll even see the Hot Toys Wizard this holiday season. Is it possible? You have to wonder. Remember, I don't always buy coffee out, but when I do, I buy from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.